On this video we're taking a look at our NBA parlay picks and best bets for the games that are happening on Tuesday, April 5, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our first parlay pick is Indiana Pacers vs Philadelphia 76ers. 76ers minus 12.5 points. And here is why. The Philadelphia 76ers are averaging 109.2 points on 46.3% shooting and allowing 106.8 points on 45.7% shooting. Joel Embiid is averaging 30.2 points and 4.2 assists, while James Harden is averaging 22 points and 9.8 assists. Tobias Harris is the third double-digit scorer and Tyrese Maxey is dishing 4.3 assists. The Philadelphia 76ers are shooting 36% from beyond the arc and 82.1% from the free throw line. The Philadelphia 76ers are allowing 34.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 42.5 rebounds per game. The Indiana Pacers are averaging 111 points on 46.2% shooting and allowing 114.3 points on 48% shooting. Malcolm Brogdon is averaging 19.1 points and 5.9 assists, while Buddy Hield is averaging 18 points and 5 rebounds. Tyrese Haliburton is the third double-digit scorer and Chris Duarte is grabbing 4.1 rebounds. The Indiana Pacers are shooting 34.3% from beyond the arc and 76.6% from the free throw line. The Indiana Pacers are allowing 37% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.1 rebounds per game. After a 3-game losing streak, the 76ers have won their last 2 games. That is good timing as things have tightened up in the Eastern Conference and there is still some mobility in the standings. Philadelphia has an easy final week of the season with a couple of games against Indiana and one against Detroit, though that does present some concern of how they manage rest and playing time. The most important game left on the calendar is against Toronto on Thursday. Indiana has nothing to play for in this final week other than potential draft positioning. That has been the case for a while, though, and they might have missed their best recent opportunity for a win in their last. Our second parlay pick is Orlando Magic vs Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers win minus 8.5 points. And here is why. The Cleveland Cavaliers are averaging 107.4 points on 46.8% shooting and allowing 105.2 points on 45.2% shooting. Darius Garland is averaging 21.6 points and 8.6 assists, while Jarrett Allen is averaging 16.1 points and 10.8 rebounds. Evan Mobley is the third double-digit scorer and Lauri Markkanen is grabbing 5.7 rebounds. The Cleveland Cavaliers are shooting 35.2% from beyond the arc and 76.1% from the free throw line. The Cleveland Cavaliers are allowing 35.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.3 rebounds per game. The Orlando Magic are averaging 103.8 points on 43.2% shooting and allowing 112 points on 45.8% shooting. Cole Anthony is averaging 16.3 points and 5.4 rebounds, while Franz Wagner is averaging 15.3 points and 4.6 rebounds. Wendell Carter Jr. is the third double-digit scorer and Jalen Suggs is grabbing 3.7 rebounds. The Orlando Magic are shooting 32.8% from beyond the arc and 78.8% from the free throw line. The Orlando Magic are allowing 36.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.3 rebounds per game. The Cavs have been leaking oil for a while, but they are going to be in the playoffs one way or the other. They have a tough final 3 games and they could really do with winning this one if they are going to improve their position. Milwaukee and Brooklyn are also left on their schedule. Injuries have caught up to this group. They have 3 starters out including Evan Mobley, who might be seeing his Rookie of the Year award slipping away. They have to push for a win in this spot to remember what it feels like before the playoffs begin. Orlando can only play spoiler at this point of the season. They have lost their last 6 games, but their lone Austrian shillings win in that stretch was a road loss at Cleveland, so perhaps there is something in the matchup. They are hurting to close the season too. 3 starters who played in that game against Cleveland are going to be out this time. The most glaring absence is big man Wendell Carter Jr., who led the team in scoring, rebounding, and assists in that recent cover against the Cavs. Cleveland is by far the better team, and this is a spot where they should be able to get an easy win, even though they are bruised right now. Orlando is too hurt to take advantage of Cleveland's absences, and while they might play extra loose, I am not expecting a significant performance. Cleveland still has something to play for as they try to avoid the play-in tournament. Our third parlay pick is Toronto Raptors vs Atlanta Hawks. Hawks, +4. And here is why. The Atlanta Hawks are averaging 113.8 points on 46.9% shooting and allowing 112.4 points on 47% shooting. Trae Young is averaging 28.3 points and 3.8 rebounds, while John Collins is averaging 16.2 points and 1.8 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic is the third double-digit scorer, and DeAndre Hunter is grabbing 3.3 rebounds. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 37.3% from beyond the arc and 81.2% from the free throw line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 36.6% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44 rebounds per game. It is a matchup of Eastern Conference future playoff teams as the Hawks head north of the border to face the Raptors. Atlanta is hot right now, winning and covering 5 straight and 7 out of their last 10. Toronto had their 5-game win streak snapped on Sunday against Miami. This is a game of offense versus defense. Toronto is 7th in the NBA in points allowed at 106.9 points per game and have been even stingier over their last 10, allowing just 104.1 points per game. The Hawks are 6th in the NBA, averaging 113.8 points per game, but have surged to 119.8 points per game over their last 10 games. Atlanta is coming off a big win over the Nets, where Kevin Durant scored 55 points, and they could struggle to back that up. Toronto has been equally as hot against the spread, going 10-5 over their last 15 games, but 3 of those 5 Austrian shillings losses have been at home, where the Raptors are just 16-15 against the number as a favorite. Trae Young has been playing his best basketball of late, averaging 29 points and 11 assists over the last 10 games, and had 41 the last time out versus Toronto. This is a coin flip game, and I'm not going to pass on Trae Young getting points, as he's looking like the player that helped the Hawks to an Eastern Conference Finals appearance last season. The Toronto Raptors are averaging 109.3 points on 44.5% shooting and allowing 106.9 points on 46.1% shooting. Pascal Siakam is averaging 22.4 points and 5.2 assists, while Fred VanVleet is averaging 20.4 points and 4.5 rebounds. Gary Trent Jr. is the third double-digit scorer, and Aga Anunoby is grabbing 5.4 rebounds. The Toronto Raptors are shooting 35.1% from beyond the arc and 75.6% from the free throw line. The Toronto Raptors are allowing 35.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45.3 rebounds per game. And for our best bet, Miami Heat vs Charlotte Hornets. Under 224.5 points. And here is why. The Charlotte Hornets are averaging 114.8 points on 46.4% shooting and allowing 114.8 points on 46.5% shooting. Miles Bridges is averaging 20.3 points and 3.8 assists, while LaMelo Ball is averaging 19.9 points and 6.7 rebounds. Terry Rozier is the third double-digit scorer, and Gordon Hayward is dishing 3.6 assists. The Charlotte Hornets are shooting 36.2% from beyond the arc and 73.9% from the free throw line. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing 35.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.6 rebounds per game. The Miami Heat are averaging 109.5 points on 46.5% shooting and allowing 105.2 points on 44.5% shooting. Jimmy Butler is averaging 21.3 points and 5.5 assists, while Tyler Herro is averaging 20.6 points and 5 rebounds. Bam Adebayo is the third double-digit scorer, and Kyle Lowry is grabbing 4.5 rebounds. The Miami Heat are shooting 37.7% from beyond the arc and 80.8% from the free throw line. The Miami Heat are allowing 33.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. Tonight's game will be a good test for the Miami defense, which ranks 5th in efficiency, allowing just 105.9 points per 100 possessions. Charlotte plays at the 4th fastest pace in the NBA and is among the league leaders in points per game, but in 2 of the 3 games against Miami this season they failed to crack the 100-point mark. The last 10 meetings have produced an average of just 208.5 points per game, and with all 3 meetings this season finishing under the total, it would be something of a surprise if we went over tonight's projected total of 224.5 points. Back the under in this one. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.